Every single year, hundreds of thousands of people get their real estate license. They imagine the freedom, the commissions, the lifestyle. They picture themselves closing deals, handing over keys, building wealth. And within 2 years, 9 out of 10 of them are gone. Not struggling, gone. Back to their old jobs, their old lives, wondering what went wrong. This isn't bad luck. It isn't a tough market. It's a pattern. And it repeats itself so consistently, so predictably, that the reasons behind it are hiding in plain sight. The first reason is something nobody tells you when you sign up for that licensing course. Getting a real estate license is easy, dangerously easy. You take a course, pass a test, pay a fee, and suddenly you're a licensed real estate agent. The barrier to entry is so low that most people confuse getting licensed with being prepared. They're not even close to the same thing. The licensing exam teaches you real estate law, contract terminology, and fair housing rules. It teaches you almost nothing about how to actually find clients, build relationships, or close a deal under pressure. New agents step into the real world thinking they have training, and what they actually have is a piece of paper. The industry has a name for this gap. They call it the license to learn, because the real education, it starts on day one of the job, and it costs you in time, money, and lost deals. The second killer is the money problem, and it hits faster than most people expect. Real estate is a commission-only business for most agents. There is no salary, no base pay, no guaranteed income while you're building your pipeline. And here's what makes it brutal. Your first commission check could take 3, 4, even 6 months to arrive. Most new agents don't have enough savings to survive that gap. They start the job excited, spend money on business cards, a website, maybe some ads. The weeks pass, no closings, the savings shrink, all stress rises, and suddenly they're not thinking about building a business. They're thinking about paying next month's rent. Financial pressure kills focus. It forces bad decisions. It pushes agents to chase any lead, take any client, accept any deal, just to survive. And that desperation, clients can feel it. It repels the very people you're trying to attract. The third reason is one of the most overlooked and one of the most devastating. New agents don't treat real estate like a business. They treat it like a job they're waiting to be assigned. They join a brokerage expecting leads to come in. They wait for their phone to ring. They think proximity to experienced agents will somehow transfer success to them through osmosis. It doesn't. Real estate is entrepreneurship. Every agent is essentially running their own small business, responsible for their own marketing, their own lead generation, their own brand, their own systems. The agents who thrive understand this from day one. They build processes. They schedule their days like a CEO, not like someone waiting for a manager to give them tasks. The agents who fail treat every week like a fresh start with no plan. They're reactive instead of proactive. And a reactive real estate business is a dying real estate business. The fourth reason is sphere of influence neglect. When you're new to real estate, your single greatest asset isn't your listing skills or your negotiation ability. It's the people who already know you and trust you: family, friends, former coworkers, neighbors. Studies consistently show that the majority of real estate transactions come from referrals and repeat clients. People hire agents they know, or agents recommended by someone they know. But most new agents are too embarrassed or too passive to tap into that network. They don't want to seem salesy. They don't want to bother people. So they go out and try to cold call strangers and buy expensive leads, while the warmest, most willing pool of potential clients sits completely untouched in their own contact list. The agents who survive and grow work their sphere relentlessly. They send updates, they check in, they stay visible. They make sure that when anyone in their network is even thinking about real estate, their name is the first one that comes to mind. The fifth reason is the consistency trap, or more accurately, the lack of it. In real estate, your results today are almost always a reflection of the work you did 90 days ago. That delay creates a dangerous illusion. When things are going well, when you have 2 deals in escrow and your phone is active, it feels like you can ease up on prospecting. So agents do. They stop making calls. They stop following up. They focus entirely on the deals in front of them. And then those deals close. and there is nothing behind them. The pipeline is empty, and they're starting from zero. Again, the agents who build lasting careers never stop prospecting, even when business is good, especially when business is good, because they understand that consistency is the engine, and the moment you turn it off, the momentum disappears. The sixth reason is mindset, and it might be the most important one of all. Real estate is a rejection-heavy profession. You will be ignored, hung up on, outbid, and replaced. You will lose listings to competitors. You will have deals fall apart on the final day. You will work with a client for months only to have them buy with someone else. Most people simply aren't prepared for that volume of setback. They take rejection personally. They interpret a lost deal as evidence that they're not good enough. They begin to doubt. And doubt, once it takes root, spreads fast. It shows up in their calls, in their presentations, in the way they carry themselves in front of clients. The agents who survive develop a thick skin and a short memory for failure. They learn from what went wrong, and then they move forward. They don't stop after a bad week. They treat every no as a step toward the next yes, because statistically, it is. So, why do 90% of real estate agents fail within 2 years? Because they underestimate how much real estate is a business, not a license. Because they run out of money before they run out of potential. Because they wait instead of build. Because they ignore the people already in their corner. Because they sprint when the pipeline is full and coast when it isn't. And because they let rejection shape their identity instead of sharpen their skill. The 10% who make it don't have a secret. They don't have better markets or better luck or better connections. They just refuse to stop, when every reason to stop was sitting right in front of them. And that, more than anything else, is what separates the ones who last from the ones who disappear.